thank you for just being here. It seems like we're talking about the week here, and the week has become weeks of St. Paul. And I'm glad the strong are here at least today. But if you're at home, we were praying for you as well. And this might seem like a very long time or at least waiting, a long time coming. We finally have a New Testament reading. Did anyone catch that? You did. Okay, it's taken, a year and a half. And yes, you guessed it, we're switching our focus here a little bit to Advent, to the season. And so today we're becoming partners in the gospel, as St. Paul puts it. We're running, we're sweating, we're shadow boxing. We've got our permission forms, don't worry. We're disciplining our bodies, and we're running without being disqualified. Yes, that's Advent summed up. It's more than the purple. And the Advent is about endurance. It's about system overhauls and tuning our hearts to better radiate the light of Christ. And speaking, okay, radiation, I gotta take this jacket off.
Get a little warm.
Yeah. Is it warm in here?
No.
I always have to ask these things. At our place of work, the temperature varies. Yesterday afternoon it was quite comfortable. Now, speaking of endurance and conditioning, I think it's probably fair to say, you guys are familiar with waiting, the whole waiting game? I mean, since the end of Halloween, I don't know if you've noticed this, stores have been putting up Christmas decorations, the music has been playing, and Christmas lights are everywhere. I think the world has its own particular way of preparing for December 25th. There is some genuine overlap, but if we're honest, we might say there's also a lot of disconnect with what the world does and with the season of expectation that is Advent. We have shopping, we have to-do lists, there's mad parking lots, and some of you are driving, so you have the joy of experiencing that. There's tacky decor, not to mention that music that is so last Christmas. We won't go down that road. How about that? Okay, so a cynic might say, not me, of course, but might say, what's the point of this waiting season? Because no matter what we do, December 25th is going to roll around on its own accord. So explain to the cynic in me, someone please, what's the point of Advent? And it's too bad Olivia's not here, because I know she was going to give me an answer. But so someone here, tell me, what's the whole point of the Advent thing again? Like, why am I waiting? Because December 25th is going to happen anyway. Okay, yeah, Emily.
Do we have time to prepare?
Time to prepare? Okay, sure, yeah. If I don't prepare, then it'll arrive and I'll be not right. Okay, good. Sarah?
So we can build discipline and virtue.
Ooh, discipline. You guys like that word? Virtue, you kind of like that word a little bit. Okay, well, let's get to that. Now, I'm gonna ask, is there anything else out there? There's other really good answers. Yeah, right.
Because when you wait for something, it's more special.
Oh, that's it. That actually is a good answer. So it's not just immediate. You can just flick the switch on. You have to give it a lot. So that there's a certain reverence. Yes, there's a certain prestige, maybe. Yes, or an aura. Yeah. Okay. Good. Because you don't have control over it totally, right? Yeah, there's a certain humility in that too. Okay, good. What else? Thomas, you got something good percolating back there.
You have something good.
That's Nathan.
Oh, Nathan. Yeah.
I know we look very similar.
It's the glasses. Yeah. Nathan.
I got nothing.
I got nothing. Okay, all right. Thomas, what were you going to say?
What was the question?
There we go. Something about glasses. Okay. No. The point of season. Or sorry. What's the whole thing about Advent?
Something to do with patience.
Okay, well that ties in too, yes. Let me give you another answer that I thought someone might say. It's about this fellow, his name is Jesus. Yes. Now, you might be asking.
Now we feel smart.
Now you feel smart, good. Okay, it's that classic Sunday school answer, just say Jesus. 85% of the time you get it right. Sometimes it's Joseph or Mary, but okay. Now, what's the point of waiting? Well, how about this? Why are we still waiting for Jesus? Actually, I think it's a good question. I'm not being facetious here. So, why are we waiting for Jesus? Because I'm sure if you're alert, you're thinking to yourself, he already arrived. That was a long time ago. He was born of the Virgin Mary in this place called Bethlehem, the house. You know what Bethlehem means, right? What does it mean again?
Isn't it like house of bread?
Yeah, house of bread. Yes, Lahem is bread, the house of bread. Okay, good. So he arrived, like, what do you mean? Why are we waiting? Yeah.
For his second coming.
The parousia is the return. That's the term that the New Testament uses. Yes, okay, good. So he did arrive already once. That is part of the answer. And we will celebrate that event on December 25th, the nativity of the Word incarnate. Yes, that's 2,000 years now. Although December 25th, does that feel like a long way away still for you guys? Some of you, no, it doesn't? Okay, all right. Well, that's a good sign, I guess.
I don't really remember what day it is, so it's either
All
really
right.
far or really
Okay,
close.
it's not yet. Okay, that's a good answer. It's either far or really close. So let's go to Sarah's answer, though. The parousia, the return of Jesus at the King at the end of time. And Advent actually does have this split personality. The first 2 weeks focus on the end of the world. And the return of the King, the Messiah, whether that occurs in the next 30 seconds, 30 days from now, or within our own lifetime, or maybe just our own life ends, we will then meet the Lord. And in the last 2 weeks of Advent, turn our attention to life before the Messiah arrived 2,000 years ago, recalling the life of eager expectation leading up to the nativity of the incarnate, of the Word incarnate. So, both the end of the world and the end of death's dominion are found in Advent. Here's another way of thinking of it. Advent is a season with two eyes, but they're going like different directions. It's not. Don't try it. Don't try it. And one is looking to the future. Yeah, you can try it. Don't. You're gonna get it. Okay. One's looking to the future, and one's looking to the past. Yes, Thomas?
They're just describing the Greek god Janus.
Very good. That's right. And so the ancient Romans had this inkling about this idea in their celebration. Tell us about Janus there.
He has two faces, one into the future, one for the past.
That's right. Yes. And a few fascinating things about Janus. You guys remember from grade 9? You probably don't remember, but we mentioned it very briefly.
Social, too.
Oh, yeah, there's social. Okay. He's the one what? Why is he kind of unique out of like the pantheon? He's like the one unique Roman god. They just imported everyone from Greece and they just changed the names, except for Janus. Another really cool thing, random fact, what does that have to do with janitors? That's where we get the word janitor from. Because the janitor looks into the hallway, both directions, to see what needs to be cleaned next. So that's where it comes from. Yes, janitors. And the whole thing about the month, so what does that have to do with our calendar?
January.
Thank you. So why January? And janitors, how does this relate to the two eyes? Yes?
Because we look back and reflect on the previous year, and we look forward to how we can improve the next year.
Exactly. And the secular world keeps up that practice, do they not, of doing the year in review. If you guys listen to news, you probably, I don't know if you even read it anymore, but if you ever read news, there always be these articles, these columns on a year in review, and the journalists have been like storing these for the last like 8 months in their files so that they can publish these now. And they'll go through all the important events of the year and say how this tied in and all the rest. Okay, but the idea is do a year review. Welcome, so if you come on in, we saved you a spot right here in the front. You just have to sing really loud when the time comes. And the idea is you review the past, and I mean for journalists it's because it keeps them employed, but it's to see what's going to happen next. So you have an inkling of what might be going on and make predictions and so forth. And you'll see predictions as well. So the point of knowing the past is help. Why does it help to know the past? I mean, I'm not going to make Mrs. Wright answers because you guys know enough history. So why study history? Why go through history class? Yeah. Oh, really?
Because it repeats itself.
Yes, it will at least rhymes. So it might not always repeat itself exactly, but yes, it will rhyme. Yes, really good.
Because those who fail to learn from history are doomed to repeat it.
Oh, that sounds like, is that what's in Trudeau? Or is that, okay, yes. So the point, yes, is that we can see better what might happen. How about this? Also, we better have to grasp the present. And for us, well, our attempt is not simply historical. What we want to do about looking at the past is not to hold on to God's grace, which He's poured into our life in the past, like a reservoir. You know, a reservoir just accumulates water and holds it tight with this Grinch-like grip on it. But rather, we want to presently open our floodgates, the floodgates of God. Put it this way, He's blessed us in the past immensely, and in the present, we want Jesus to take out the impact drill gun and undo all those bolts that are on the gates of our so-called temples, right, our hearts, and allow them to burst open so that His Spirit that can pervade our sphere of influence. So in other words, that we may have an impact in the present on the lives of those around us. And this is what St. Paul talks about in our reading today, of becoming all things to all people. And he doesn't mean by that becoming, have you ever wondered, like, what does he mean? He doesn't mean becoming a chameleon, right? Just blend in with your environment so you could just change and be unseen all the time. What he means is to be present to God so that God can minister to other people through you. Yes, that's right. To those in your presence. And this is what he says here. Yes. This book hasn't been, these pages haven't been turned often enough. Yes. So I have become all things to all people to save at least some. And I do this for the sake of the gospel, that I too may have a fellowship in it, a sharing in it. Yes. So, put another way, if we take seriously this temple of God imagery, right? We're not just to stand by while Jesus does all the work to unbolt the stone doors of our hearts. So God has given us, and this is mysterious, I don't know how often you reflect on this thing called the gift of freedom, of rationality, of subcreation, as it were, of being able to refuse and withhold, but also to receive and to give love. And in other words, He allows us to get in the game. He allows us to play on His team. That's the invitation. So we cry out to Jesus, put me in, coach. Right? Give me some time on the court. And the term Paul uses here, he's using a bunch of metaphors of sports here, is becoming a partner in the gospel, having joint fellowship with His mission. Jesus is the one who died and and rose again. But Paul says, I become a partaker in this, in the mission, a partner. Right. So this is the opposite of watching football on TV. Or it's not even like going to a game and standing in the crowd, which can be quite fun. He's saying, I'm putting on my shoes of the gospel of peace, they're indoor shoes, and buttoning up my helmet of salvation, and I'm stepping onto the field. So Advent is not about standing around remembering something that happened long, long ago, or only about what will happen in the future when Jesus returns in glory and all the saints and angels. He's saying right now to get into the game. Are you ready? How do we start? Well, St. Paul gives us the answer next. He says, every athlete who competes in the games exercises self-control in all things. So every athlete who competes in the games exercises self-control in all things. Now, what does that mean? The term self-control. Encratic or encrasis is the term in Greek. It is a beautiful word. Encrasis. And some of you might even recall the term from Aristotle. Do you remember Nicomachean Ethics? In English, we translate encratic or encrasis as continent, something that holds together. Like the whole geographical reference would be like North America, for example. But this can also be used in a moral sense. Encratic, incontinent. And Aristotle divides humanity into 4 categories. We only have kind of like 2 sides here, but you have to imagine 4. So we'll start on this side. The far side would be like the good, right? Then there's the next is the encratic. You're close to the good. Over here, then we have the acratic, and then, sorry guys, it's the vicious. On the left, of course, always my left. Yes. Now, does anyone remember this? Who are the good? How does Aristotle understand the good? They know what's right, they want to do the right, and then they go ahead and do the right thing. That's the good. You guys, you've got this. All right. They're regenerated, and that's what we're aiming for is the good. We want to be like that. Then there's the encratic, whom Paul speaks of here. They're close. They're very close. They know what's right, but they don't always want to do the right thing. But they do it anyhow. Okay, so they realize there's this war going on internally, and also all these different competing interests, but they overcome that. And they do what's right. So, round of applause to the encratic. Very good. Then there's the acratic. All right. So they know what's right, they want what's wrong, and they pick the wrong. Can you believe that? And in English, sometimes the acratic is translated as incontinent. So it's like not someone you want to hang out with. Right. Okay. And worse. Worse are the vicious. Yes. These are the sociopaths. Okay. They think what's wrong is right. And they want what's wrong, and they go ahead and do the wrong thing. All right, so what do we want to do? We want to be among the good. But oriented towards the good in all things. To know what's good, want what's good, and do it. But what if we find ourselves amongst the encratic? Without war within us, those competing interests. What are we to do? Well, that is what Advent is all about. As St. Paul tells us, every athlete who competes in the games exercises self-control. Self-control is the word in crassus there. In all things. Sleep schedules, diet, the serious ones, they even watch video footage. If you watch that on TV or what games, you'll see them like even intermission. They're really looking at the screens and replaying stuff. When you're not seeing them playing professionally, serious athletes, they actually study video footage during the week and so forth. They go to classrooms, look at tactics. They practice. Not to mention subjugating their bodies in order to bring them under control. And I don't know, you guys ever go to the gym? Probably not, but maybe you go to the gym. You might see people wearing these shirts. No pain, no gain. Have you ever seen those shirts? Right? Okay, you've heard that slogan before. No pain, no gain. Well, the word Paul uses here, it translates as competes in the games. Some translations use the word exercise. In Greek, it's agony. Agony zomai is the Greek term. So for exercises or competes in the games. That's where I think is where we get the word agonizing from. So if you thought sports is agonizing work, you're right. That's the word for competes in the game in the games. And what if you win? What do you get?
A medal.
You get a medal. Yes, they put it on. Say congratulations. You get this this type of glory. But how about this? Not to be too much of a downer, but the following line reminds us: all this is for a perishable crown. Right, as Paul tells us. So what we're going for is not a perishable crown. Not a medal that we can lose or it gets scuffed up or forgotten about. We're going for the imperishable. So Advent reminds us that we are bringing our bodies to heal, like H-E-E-L. So we're moving from incontinence to continence and ultimately towards the good, mirroring the greatest good. Now, how do we do that? What are some techniques? Help me out here. What are some tips here that you have for maintaining self-control, discipline? How about I'll start? Can I start with one? So let's just say, I'll give you an example from yesterday. So I'm going through my Social 20, it's a self-class dashboard, and I'm like, not having a sip of water. Even though it's hot, it's steaming right there, till this dashboard is cleared, at least from Social 20. That was my discipline. So I'm disciplining my body because this extra can testify. I'm constantly standing up, wandering around. I have a very hard time sitting in my desk. But I was like, no, I'm not drinking that water. I'm not moving till this dashboard is cleared. And it eventually did get done. All right. Mr. Sexton's got even more stories.
As a motivator.
Wow.
Was the water still hot when you were done?
Yes. I have specialized mugs. Yeah. It's.
I mean, he could have gone for some more hot water as soon as he's done.
Right. Yeah. Why?
It's the presence of the water.
The presence of the water. Yeah. So, what are some tips? You guys have any tips out there on how to maintain control? Let's say you're fasting, or there's a task you got to get done. What are some tips? What are some tricks out there? You guys must have some.
Imagine the consequences of failure.
Okay, so you'd be like, if I get up before I finish marking this dashboard, I'll feel like a failure. I suppose. Emily?
Just a recommendation. I do like doing what you do, but not with things such as water, which are good for you and you must drink for fear of dehydration.
Oh yeah.
I think that's just like, I don't know, a bag of chips, a candy, things that do negatively affect you. Those things you can deal with.
Yeah.
Wouldn't recommend water.
Well, hot water is perhaps the greatest thing you might drink. So I don't think there's anything much higher than that.
That's falling through the
bag of chips. I guess it's on there somewhere on that rank. But okay, so hanging. So whatever the reward is, you can treat yourself once you've accomplished that goal. And I think that's part of Christmas is all the baking, cooking, and preparation of those dishes. The idea is during the Advent season we don't feast on those yet. We're waiting until Christmas rolls around, and then we enjoy all of that. Okay, good, good. What are some other tricks? Yeah, Jen.
Like to set a goal and then work towards it till you like achieve it. Like I'm gonna do this and I'm not gonna do anything else till this is finished.
Yes.
And just work till you.
So I'm going to set this goal. Do you tell anybody? Okay. Sometimes if you're an accountability partner, or you tell somebody, or you write it down, or you say it out loud instead of saying it in your mind, you can say it in your mind. But if you say it out loud, or you tell somebody, or you write it down, you have a much higher chance of being accountable. But yes, so be accountable to yourself, right? Set a goal and try to achieve it. Yeah, go ahead.
Or sometimes it's also nice to like imagine what will happen if you succeed with what you're doing. Like you go, if I finish these last couple of laps, my stamina's gonna be way better and I won't have to feel this tired again next practice.
Right, okay, so there's a goal in mind. Imagine that goal. Here's another one. If you want to do a simple fast, this is what I find is always helpful. You could just look at the clock, say you're having a meal, and you could just say, all right, for the next 10 minutes, or I'll wait 10 minutes until I drink. Well, it doesn't have to be hot water, but it might be something on a lesser scale. Whatever you're drinking, your beverage of choice, I'll wait 10 minutes and then that's a type of mini fast. You could do that. There's different tactics you can employ for maintaining the self-control. Food is such an important one of fasting, and I want to know why. Why do we practice fasting at all? Like, aren't we just spiritual beings, and we're all about the next life? So who cares, right? Why would we fast? What is that? I don't get it. Someone explain that to me. Yes?
Exercising control over your body and over your mind as well.
Yes. And the word Paul uses here is he's enslaving his body. He's bringing it under subjugation. It's kind of like he's like training like a horse or something. He's putting blinders on it, and he's making sure it does what he wants. Yes. Good. And so it's the mini battle that you fight. It's not a big deal, but if you win that mini battle, it allows you're better prepared for when you actually have a spiritual combat, or there's someone who's really, really annoying you and saying something you don't like. Maybe it's your sister, I don't know. But instead of lashing out at them, because you've had so much self-control in other domains, you are now able to win that and be a grace of God, allow the grace of God to be present to her as well. Okay, very last thing. What's up with the purple and then pink? Why do we have that in Advent? Yes?
Well, I know the pink is supposed to symbolize joy, like specifically with the candle of joy that the shepherds felt when they saw the star and got to go see Jesus.
Okay.
Pretty sure I heard that.
Yeah, that's a good guess. Yeah.
Is it because purple is like a royal color and it represents the coming of Jesus, the King?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, so purple, if you remember Lydia from Acts of the Apostles, she's a dealer in purple. And yeah, so it's a color for royalty and very, very prestigious, very hard to make. Okay, Justin and Gianna?
Doesn't purple just symbolize penance?
As well, that's right. Purple is a sign of fasting, of penance, of preparation for a great event. Okay, I'm still confused though about the pink, but yes, go ahead, Sarah.
I was gonna ask, can I go use the washroom, please?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. How about this? Purple, yes, it is penance. It is fasting. It's also the color of royalty, awaiting the king. We'll get into this. We'll say more about the split personality of the colors of Advent next time. But I have one last question for you. Why do people love the Grinch? Why is this so? I just notice it more in our culture. Before when I was a kid, he was kind of like, he was there, a very minor figure, and people didn't talk about it all the time. To me, it seems like the Grinch is everywhere now. Do you guys notice that? Yeah, a little bit. I just see it. Okay, so why is he made a comeback? Why do people love this? Yes, Emily.
Because he's because he's relatable to a lot of people now, and a lot of people are getting fed up with the secular world and annoying Christmas songs and lights, and they want something genuine, like Grinch.
I don't know if you would embrace the Grinch if you want genuineness, but okay. So this is, yeah, it's their way of shaking their fist at Santa Claus and saying, I don't want any of this Red Hat and Rudolph songs. Give me the Grinch. Okay, interesting. A form of rebellion, and I might suggest it might not be your best banner to march under, but okay. Yes, go ahead, Evan.
Did you say why people like him?
Yeah. Why is he so popular now? Like, why do people find this attraction?
Because he's cool. He lives up in a nice mountain with a dog.
Okay.
Yeah, really, hashtag relatable.
Yeah. All right. So he's got some things going for him. Yeah. Right.
I was gonna say maybe they like the feeling of like it's a comfortable story, like he changes his heart.
I think there is a hope. Yes, I think there is a hope for people who embrace the Grinch. In that there is a story of redemption there, even if it's not, if it's an allegory in some ways, right? So there's a story there of redemption. So they're holding out, even though they're rejecting Santa Claus and his elves, the mythical story of the North Pole. They do want something that is real. So I think there is some hope there.